Hi. It's Mrs. Stitches or Sheila. Hi, everybody. I am still in Freeport, Freeport, Long Island, Nova Scotia. It blows. I haven't left yet. So I did go to Moncton and I had a wonderful time. Hi, everybody from Moncton. And I came home. We have a sick cat who probably won't be with us very much longer. So we're trying to enjoy our time. You have met her, Haney. She is 16 years old. We don't know what's wrong. She's just not eating at all. And we are trying things. We got appetite stimulants. We offering her mostly just treats and things like that. But she's getting weaker and weaker. She's still drinking water. We've taken her to the vet. And we're just right now trying our best, enjoying our time, and trying to figure out when to make the difficult decisions. So that's what's going on in our lives. We are still going out west. We don't know exactly when. We're working on that. But this might be my last video before I head out west. I'm kind of mentally already in the get up and go mentality. So I'm not really doing my normal routine, but I'm going to show you. I got lots of stuff because it's been over 2 weeks, I think. So I have lots of things to show you. Springo has finished. I got one line, which is fine. It was really, really fun. And I got 2 finishes to show you. I have one FFO from my Moncton class, flat fold finishing class. Hi, Patty. That was the name of our instructor. And I got lots and lots of whips. I don't think any new stars. I got some haul because I went to a stitchy store, the Stitch Bug. Awesome place. So I got lots to show you. I have a list, hopefully, and I'm sitting in the light. Hopefully it won't mess us up too much. My normal spot is a little chaotic right now as I pack, so I thought I would just try this. And it's nice sitting in the light and gain some natural light, but I know the light can also go in and out, especially like if I move, maybe, I don't know. We'll see. So, let's just start off with our temperature. Well, I do have a pile of things. No, I'm going to start off with my, see that went dark again. Okay, my FFO. This is my FFO. So this is Kathy Barrick's, I think it's called the Bee Book. I'm not sure, or be called A Study of Bees. I think it's called Study of Bees. So I made this, I think around 2 years ago. And so in the flat fold, I'll show you the way it's flat folding. So there we go. It's got a little thing there to hold it out. I put this fabric on the back, which is really pretty. And I put this fabric in the middle. It's kind of nice too. And then we even made this cording, which was really cool to learn how to make the cording. Everybody else did really contrasting cording. I have to say theirs looked much, much better. I wish I had done better contrast on the cording because it really does disappear. The other thing that this probably was the wrong project to pick for the flat fold because this was done on a Brin needle linen. And because it's linen, it's really hard when it's got a square border to get it properly centered. It's really, really difficult. So that took a lot of struggles, and in the end, you couldn't really pull it tight. So you can see how it is a bit, it's not super tight in here, and so there's some folds, and that is a function of it being linen. A little bit of function is on like a quilt batting, and that might kind of stick and pull it, but I'm still happy with it. I really am. And I'm very proud of it. I do like this stitch that I did. I changed some things on it. I had put our last name and my husband's initials and a year in here. And I also put in of 82 bees. Oops. Why does it go so dark? I might have to switch positions. Of 82 bees. That means something to us. And so there you go. I'm really, really, really happy with it. I now know the technique, and Patty was really great. She actually made us little to-go kits with some of the stuff to some of the raw materials that we needed. So I do have materials to make some other flat fold, and I might do that with one or two of the finishes that I'm going to show you now, which are on Ada, which will be much easier. But if it does have a border, it's really hard to get that down. So that was my FFO. Next, well, while I'm here, I'm going to show you the package she gave us. Because it was really, really nicely packaged up. So, and we got a little bit extra. So this is like quilting batting. And then you use like mat from framing. And so that's what she gave us, this bunch of different pieces of matting and some quilt backing. And we also got the extra of whatever we were working on. So that was my little bit of extra. But isn't that nice? So pretty much all I need is skeins of floss if I'm going to do the cording, my stitching, of course, some glue. We glued things on. You can do lacing, but you still have to do some gluing. So yeah, I think I could make some. I might not do it before I go, but I do have the technique, and she gave us notes, so I have the notes to follow and tutorials. I think it's Pfeiffer, not Yvonne Pfeiffer. Anyways, it's a known tutorial. So there you go. So I had a wonderful time. So I got there the day before the class, and they had a stitch night at the Stitch Bug that night from 4 to 7, I believe. So I went to that. I met lots of people. I did some shopping. And then the next day was the class, and I met new people. So I met probably a good 20 people altogether, which was awesome. So I don't know if any became my new subscribers, because I've gotten a few, and I think some of them are from the, so I'll just say hi to everybody. Hi to everybody in Moncton or New Brunswick. It was great meeting you all. Okay, so let's look at a little bit of my haul. It's very short. I bought a pattern. So I bought this as a treat for myself, just for the year, maybe an early birthday present, I don't know, but I got Shores a Hot Run Hollow. So I'm not going to start this till next year, but I'm excited. Don't have the fabric yet for it. I'm thinking about what to use, but I got some time to think about that and work at getting something, so that's great. Let's see if I got my other thing here. Yes, I do. I also bought this as an impulse on the next day, because this is one I wanted. So the brown bat of the Year in the Woods, and I got my specialty flosses. So that was great. So, and I'll just use one of my fabric of the months to do that on. So that'll be after I finish. I'm on the beaver right now, and I also have the jackrabbit. So it'll be put on hold for a little bit. And then they have a remnants collection. And so I got some remnants. So just a beautiful soft yellow. I believe this is murky. Oh, this light might not work very well. Murky. And then an oatmeal. So just some pieces that were reasonably priced. I like getting remnants. I kind of just did that quickly. And this is some of my leftover cording. So it's real easy to do. It's fun. And then I got my Kaylee fabric in the mail. And this is pretty true. And this is called Malarkey. I read that as Malarkey. Malarkey. There we go. So happy about that. Unfortunately, the Hawk Run Hollow won't fit on it or on any of the Kayleys, because her depth, one of her dimensions is only about 18 inches long. And I think that would mean no border. So I could either, I've been thinking, and I've been giving this some thought, you can always arrange the blocks differently. So I could do 2 and then right below another 2, and then do this wide 2, and then 2, 2, 2, or something like that. Might not be symmetrical because 12 blocks with the 2 together, they'd have to be, but or it'd be 2, 2, see, and then there's 1 because it's almost like a story. So I'd have to figure that out. Or I could do 1, then 2, and 2, and 2, and 2, and 2, and then 1. So I'm contemplating that. I also could just look for fabric that fits it. That might be just easier too. Oh, by the way, this is Flosstube number 93, and today's date is April. I believe it's the 28th of 2025. Today is a Monday. Our internet's been out for 2 days, which is extremely frustrating. It happens a lot over here. So I meant to film yesterday, but there was no point because we just got our internet back today at noon. So I hate filming and then not being able to upload it. It's the worst frustration to me. So I'm filming now. Okay, what else do I got here? That looks like it for my haul. So that was my FFO and my haul. Now maybe I'll show you some finishes, maybe. Oh, I said I had 2. I actually only have 1 because I haven't finished the other one yet. Okay, I'm actually gonna just show you. You know what? I don't even think I have my finish here. So I'm probably gonna have to pause and go get it. I'm trying to think of where it is. Okay, I'm gonna just show you some things as they are in order. Okay, so we have our Stitchy Mommy temperature cell, and we're working right now on this. So it's like it's just a straight stitch, a long stitch, and it ends up being a basket weave. And I know I got the right date now because I haven't done today's yet, and these are rows of 5, and so there's only 2 there, so that's 27, so today's 28. But you can see our month actually has been, let me put something behind it so it just shows up a bit better. Our month has been a pretty consistent temperature. Oh, light. So yeah, it's been a pretty consistent temperature around about between 6 and 9 degrees. So that's our between, I take the temperature from 10 o'clock to noon, and I take the average of those 3 hours because that's usually when I walk. So I thought that would be a good time to pick. Okay, so I still have Springo to show you. My 2 finishes are from Springo. I have my whips of the week, which I'm behind on now because I had a horrible error and I just got sidetracked, but I'm still going to get it done. I have my 12 by 12s that I got done. Yeah, so first I will do my whip of the week. I don't have the sheet here, but it was Frederick the Literate. Maybe I'll go get it. I'll pause and go get it. I might change the camera position too because this light's probably going to drive me crazy, but I'm going to go get it right now. Okay, we'll see if this is better. I think the camera's going. Yeah. Okay, I just turned the camera a little bit so I'm not so much in the sun. It's still in the sun, but so my whip of the week that I was going to work on, those are all my whips. I'm trying to put in 2,025 stitches in all my whips. Out of breath after going downstairs and back up. I got to get in shape. And so been trying to do them a week, but I am sidetracked now. And now with the trip, it won't start up again until I come back. But this is the one I was working on. So this is Frederick the Literate by Dimensions. And I only got about 800 stitches on it. It's a Kaylee fabric. I substituted the kit fabric for a Kaylee fabric. And my mistake is I did 1 extra row in here somewhere. So it's going to throw everything off. So I got 1 extra row right in here. So when I got to the cat, things were starting to be off. So I am right near the cat. So what I got to do is I got to put an extra row. Do I? Maybe I don't. So this is the side of the book, and then this book came off of it. So I might have to put an extra row in here or at the top of it. But then the rest of these books, they could just be a little bit, not quite one row, not as tall. I have to think on that. So you can see I got the shelf. I can't mess around with the shelf. I got the back of the book, and then there's like these little bookmarks coming up. And then the cat is actually starting right there. And so, yeah, I think I can fudge it still. I'd like to get it on track. They would just be an extra row apart from the top shelf. So we'll see how that goes. I'll probably tackle this when I get back from out west. So it'll probably be just put aside. Maybe I'll write a note to tell myself what I'm doing. I don't know. Okay. Springo. Well, let's finish my 12 by 12 2025. So if you recall, let me see if I can find what I need. I pulled Firefly, Mario, and Peridot. Those were the ones I pulled. So I got, I did get 2 finishes. Got Firefly done. It was hard to get done because it's all these things that are all around and there's no count. It's hard to count on those, and it was taking me forever, but I got it done and I'm happy with it. I really, really am. And this in its picture is usually shown on black fabric, which it could stand out on black. I don't know if this dark green would stand out very well. Obviously, all this stuff around the outside would, but I'm happy with it all the same. That's my Firefly. Yeah. I'll have to look in my notes and see how many finishes I've got done for this year. I think this might be number 5, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Funny how I'm not counting this year. And then I will carry on with what I was showing you. So my 12 by 12s. Because I'm not super organized. Oh, I gotta get out Mario. So I don't have the picture of what it's going to look like when it's done. It's essentially rows of the game. But there's my 2025 stitches on Mario. So as you can see, I finished off the whole Mario. There is more words. I think it says through the ages. And then this is sort of a plant. There's a flower. There's a flower there. That's a flower. And then the brickwork. And the brickwork will change into something different along the ways. But there's my Mario. And I really love stitching this. It goes fairly easy, and I love the result. I love the way the bricks look, and I love just all of it. I'm probably going to outline, and I think there's something else coming out later in this lighter color. This was originally supposed to be on a light blue, like a sky blue. So I'm going to be losing some things if it's like even the next banner is all white. So I'm probably going to just substitute a color on that. And I was thinking with him, I'm probably going to just outline him. I'm going to just backstitch around him. I think it'll make him stand out better. And I don't think it'll affect the quality of it at all. So there we go, Mario. Okay. And then the other one that I had to work on, or not had to, but I got to work on, was my Peridot, which is a Carolyn Manning. We're doing a little bit of a road trip. We've had a few road trips looking at a car. We're trying to buy a new vehicle to go cross country too, to add to all our stresses. Yay! So that's my Peridot with 2012. I ended up switching it into a diagonal and just kind of working things in the diagonal. But there you go. That's my Peridot. So quite happy with that. It's looking really good. So there you go. So I think I'm almost halfway across there. So it's not really the quarter done. I think I may have written down. No, I did not write down my percentage on peridot. Mario, I'm at 9%. Peridot, I think I'm around 30, maybe 16. I don't know. I'm guessing. I think around 16%. I think it's getting close to 25% because if that was all squared off, it'd be 25%. So I'm not going to pick any more. I'm going to wait till I come back and then I will pick some more. So that's next to Springo. So, sorry, that may have been loud. Springo was a game that was for the month of April, put on by Magazine Monthly, Cross Stitch Magazine Monthly Challenge, I think was the name of the page. And so I ended up getting one line. It was my rules of life right there, an up and down line. Got close on a couple across. I was missing one there. And I was missing 2 on this row. And I was just missing 1 there on that one. But you can see that Pandemic only got worked on twice. And let's see. That's about it. It was super fun. I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to show you these all in order. Like I said, some of these you might not see much progress. Some you're going to see more progress than just the Springo. So 2 of them, after I finished what was called for, which was either an hour or 100 stitches, I actually just kept working on them till they were done. So my 2 finishes, well, my finish and almost finished is going to be finished today, are from Springo. So let's see what we got. Try to do these in order. Okay, so let me look at my Springo because I keep forgetting. I think the first one is Reaching Skyward. Can I find the page? There. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. Okay, we just know it's Reaching Skyward. Okay, where are you, Reaching Skyward? You're right here. I should get that page out so I can tell you how many times it got worked on. Let's see if I can find that. I shouldn't have closed it down. There we go. Okay, it got 4 out of the 5 times worked on. So, Reaching Skyward is by Modern Folk Embroidery, and this is sort of a choose your own adventure because you have some places where you can choose either one design or the alternative design. So, and as Springo went along, I realized you don't have to work just an hour, you can work a little longer. So I'm not sure exactly how much time I put in on this one, but it was at least 4 hours. So that is the whole piece. And where I was working on, and just move the needle minder a little bit out of the way. I was mostly working down over here. So I did bring the border down some. I did some of this, and then I was working on this pillar here and then the scroll work here, which is part of the center frame. So this pillar, you do have choice in what you want to do, but that was where I was mostly working. I'll just give you a little closer look at it. This one I'm taking out with me out west. So we'll see how much I can get down on it. So there you go. So you can see with the choose your own adventure, I think this is the called for, and that was the alternative. My borders are different on the sides. That's one side, and the other side is slightly different. We had choice in here. All sorts of different places for choices. There you go. That is my Reaching Skyward. I really, really do love it. It's a big piece of fabric. I got a large cut, and so I really do want to get possibly halfway and then just double it up and see if I can cut it. Who knows, maybe I can't because I'm in May and looks close to the halfway mark, so maybe it's just really that big. I don't know. Okay. I'm going to just put this back in, and then I'll probably pack that up into the car to go. Okay. Then we had Pandemic, P for Pandemic. It got stitched on twice, so not very much, but I think the second time I did more than just an hour. So Pandemic is by Long Dog Samplers. Came out in the year of the pandemic. This is on 18 count. Oh, last one was on 18 count Roxy Floss Co fabric of boot cut, and was Roxy Floss Co flosses of Afternoon Tea and Hussy. This is white 18 count Ada with pick my own floss as I go. There started off with anchors, and now I'm doing DMCs and doing anything that suits my fancy. So that is how much I got done so far. I am, I believe, close to 50%. And I worked over on this side here. So what did I work on? I think I did all of this in the whole of the 2 1 hours. And I also worked a bit coming down, I think, over this part around here. So it was essentially in this area here. But there you go. That was what I worked on with Pandemic. I love it too. That would be a good candidate to try and finish next year. We'll see. You'll see I got lots of ways to go, but you just got to sit down and work on it. And just putting an hour in here, an hour in there doesn't get you very far, really. Okay, that was for P. R was Rules of Life, and it got 5 times it worked on. It was my one. Bingo or Springo. Rules of Life is Modern Folk Embroidery. I'm going to change the saying. Haven't worked out what I'm going to change it to yet, but I'm going to change the saying. This is on 40 count Back in the Saddle by Roxy Floss Co. And these are Roxy Floss Co. called for fabrics or flosses. I think they're plum something. What are they? They are Caramel, Vampish, and Plum Shadow. And so I had some frogging to do on this one, but so during the Springo, I think I did most of the border coming down here like that. I did this tree in full, and I've done most of this Quaker and a little bit this outside, and I finished off this bird. That bird wasn't, oh, sorry. I did this border going down. Things are backwards on us. I've worked on this Quaker. I've done this tree. I finished off this bird. And so this was the side I worked on. But there you go. That's my, and this is in 40 count. I'm doing 1/2. And I have to get this done before my eyes can no longer see the 40 count. But it is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. So this will definitely be a finish next year. It is. I'm going to start a finish list, and this is definitely going to be a finish next year. I think I could finish it. I'm all ramped up. I don't know why. I'm just ramped up. Okay. That was Rules of Life for R. Next is I. I is going to be my finish today, but I am not done yet. So I can't remember the designer. It was a shop on Etsy that does these little miniature artworks. If you're interested, I can find out and just ask below, and I will let you know. This is Irises by Van Gogh, or Van Gogh. And I always feel funny when I say it that way. I'm not sure if I pronounce it right. But I started this originally as a present for my mother-in-law. She passed away 2 years ago. And so I lost my motivation to work on it. And then it was the only thing I could think of for an eye in Springo. And I'm glad. Like I said, I'm almost done. I just have one color left. So it's this color, which I think is 3343, I think, or something like that. And I just got a spot there, and a little spot there, and I'll be done. So for all intents purposes, it is done. But I actually really like it. And like I said, it could be a flat fold. It could easily be a flat fold. So I might do that. Might give it to my mother, maybe for Christmas. We'll see. Or make it for myself. I don't know. We'll see. But there you go. That's Irises by Van Gogh. And that was I. So it actually got 4 times it was worked on, but I've put in lots of hours since then. Same thing with number N, or letter N. Letter N is a finish. And it got called 3 out of the 5 times, but then I worked on it to finish it. So it is Prairie School Santa for North Wind. That's where I get the N from. And that is it. And one thing I found with this, and there was mistakes. I did an extra row of red up here, and so his coat was going to come down too far. And then I was going to shorten his boots, and then I didn't like it, so I just threw an extra stitch on the border and just did it that way. And then they called for only 1 strand of floss for their back stitching, so that was like all these leaves in here, and the little stick there, and the words North Wind, and this outer border, which I'm actually tempted to go back and do that in 2 strands. So I did everything in 2 strands because I just like being able to see it better. I don't like it as only 1 strand. But isn't they cute? I do like the bunny rabbits and the candy cane. So that was a finish. I will try to let you know how many finishes I have next time, which will be way later, and I'll probably forget, and so I won't tell you after all anyways, but you never know, I might. I do keep record. I could just go get it. I'm going to get out of breath if I do that, but maybe I'll do that. Why don't I go do that? Hold on a second. Okay, I got my notes. I have had 4 finishes. So, what was the one before? Oh, Firefly was finish number 5. And the North Wind Santa is finish number 6. And Irises will be finish number 7. So there you go. That's great. I try to do a finish a month every year. So I'm well onto my way for 12 finishes. And that's good because I don't need to worry about any finishes when I'm going across west. So I might still take one that's a potential finish, and you'll see that in a few minutes. So we just did I. Now let's look at, we just did N. Now let's look at G. G is my Gaelic piece, which is a Joan Elliott, Cíd Míle Fáilte, which means 100,000 welcomes in Scots Gaelic. This is actually Irish Gaelic, but I changed my letters so that they're Scots Gaelic. For those that don't know, I went up to, I'm living in Nova Scotia. Cape Breton has a really strong Scots Gaelic language component. There's a lot of it there, and there's the college up there, a Gaelic college, and so I went last year and did immersion, and I started this there. So, and that was when I bought this specifically for that, and found out as soon as I arrived that was Irish Gaelic, not Scots Gaelic. So I have done my changes to make it into Scotland versus Irish. So the difference is, if you can see here, the accent goes one way and it's an A. So one of my clever viewers told me how to make a U by turning the M upside down and just doing half. And then I just switched my accent, the direction, which was super easy. So there you go. That's my keyed. And then I just mio falce is exactly the same, except the accent is the other way again. So what did I got done during Springo? I got this whole word done. And I did work up a bit up here, but mostly just the word done. So that's great. I'm probably a solid almost 50% on it because it's paper pattern. You really don't know. But I'm getting there. There's little flowers up here that I'm working on. But there you go. Isn't that pretty? I like it. So that will definitely be a finish either this year or next year. It might be finished this year. Still got a chance at that one. We'll see. At the start of the year, I actually make note of all the projects that I think I can finish to try and find 12 finishes. I can't remember if this is on it or not, so you'll find out later. Stay tuned. And then finally for O, and this one I might take with me because it could be a finish also. This is O for Owl Sitting on Books. This is by KEB Studio Creations. And yeah, I love this one. I really do. So this one got worked on 3 times. And I thought I'd get more done on it, but almost got the owl done. Getting there. I wanted to get to the book, so I skipped finishing the owl and bopped down to the book. And I might do that to continue on. I think I will take this out with me traveling. It'd be a good travel piece. It's so small, and then I got a bookmark with me. That would work. So yeah, there's my owl sitting on the book. Still got a ways to go. I thought it'd be quicker, which is nice still to have a good time. So I'm probably almost 50% done on it too. So if you think about it, if I only worked 3 times, that was only 3 hours. So I only got about 3 hours more to go. So who knows, maybe I'll even finish it before I go, and then I just take the bookmark with me. Okay, those are my Springos. The only other thing I worked on was my Year in the Woods beaver. So I took this with me to Moncton because I just felt like working on it. So without drawing new ones, I thought, oh, I'm going to put some time in on this. So this is A Year in the Woods, the beaver. And I was missing some colors. And it's funny because I swear I'm stitching. She only had 1 skein of the specialty floss that's used in the tree and in the tail. It is called Charcoal by Week Dye Works. And I had substituted a different color. So I substituted, I think it's a Roxy Floss Co. Or is it? Yes, it's a Roxy Floss Co. Which I think, oh, I don't even know I got it at the stitching retreat, and it's yeah, I'm not really sure what color it is. And it's actually quite a bit darker than the called for. I was actually shocked when I finally bought the Week Dye Works. So when I was at the Stitch Bug, I bought the Week Dye Works I was missing. And I had substituted, there's a Week Dye Works for the orange that is pecan. And I have substituted, where is it? Okay, it's not here. It is here. Just a second. Yeah, I had already substituted Gentle Arts Sampler Burnt Orange. And I love this. So I was running out, so I bought another skein of that. And then I bought, this is the Week Dye Works Charcoal. And I'll just show it to you, the difference. There's quite a bit of difference. It wasn't a really good substitution. Oh, just a second. So one is really a black and the other one's more of a gray brown. So what I have done is I've actually done the tree in the darker one, And then his foot is with the called for. So I'm happy with that. I think the tree will be fine, dark. And then his tail will all be in the called for. And I bought 2 skeins just in case. So I've done a lot since I last seen you. So I barely had his head done. I think I did some of his teeth and his mouth. I did all this orange in here and his big huge balm there and his foot coming out, and then his tail's just about to start. So he's coming with me. So it's Reaching Skyward, him, maybe the owl bookmark, and then my Hade cell, which I need to really get some work done on. So those are what I'm taking with me. So, and I'll probably be working on these. The Hade cell's already packed into my car. And I'll probably work on these before I go too. So that, I believe, is everything. Wow. Oh, that's a long one. So, oops, I got hair stuck in my glasses. So pretty much I've given you the life. Like I said, I went to Moncton. It was great. Had fun driving there. It was really an adventure. And getting mentally psyched. I'm almost all packed up for the trip out west, and we'll just see how Haney Cat does. And when we leave, we're kind of just sort of watching her and just kind of decide as things go along. Hopefully, maybe next week we'll be leaving. And just my husband has to be back here for the 21st of May. So if it gets to a certain point, we might just have to wait till after May, but that just prolongs everything. And I feel really bad that I should be out there. My mom's expecting me. So, you know, there's all that. So, weather here's beautiful. Just, I feel like I'm stuck in limbo right now. So things will get in order. Things will be all set up, and I'll be able to get going, and the sooner I can get going, the sooner I can get back, because this is where I want to be. So when I'm traveling, I may or may not, I was originally gonna throw up little videos and do little things, but I realized that I may just not have the mental capacity to do that, or the time. So you may not hear from me again till I'm back. There's a possibility that I may film when I'm out there. There's a possibility of that. So pretty much don't count on it until I'm hoping to be back sometime in June. I'd like to be back before July. That's sort of my goal, but you know, it all just depends how things go. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Wish me luck on the trip. Wish me luck with the emptying of the house, and wish me luck with putting it up for sale. Wish me luck with Haney Cat. Yeah, it'll be a bit, but I'll get through it. We all get through things, and before you know it, I'll be back here showing you back on my 12x12s and my whip of the weeks, and all back to the regular old Mrs. Stitches before you know it. So I shall see you all later. Take care, and happy stitching, and have a great couple of months, guys. Bye. Bye. Yeah.